Do you have home videos lying around the house? Perhaps some film reels from decades ago, but no real means to watch them. Today, I want to take a moment to review the Wolverine Film to Digital Movie Maker Pro, an 8mm and Super 8 film to digital converter. Before the cell phone, some of you will remember a time when it took much greater effort to capture the many moments in our lives. This led to the use of a lot of 3-inch reels from Kodak. It makes sense if one no longer has a projector, so looking to convert the film to digital makes a lot of sense. Let's take a look at what one receives with the converter. The key components is the scanner itself, an empty 5-inch reel, adapters that are used when recording or rewinding the film, and of course a power adapter. The unit uses the common SD card to store the created video file. Its slot is found on the back of the unit. To get started, make sure to select the type of film you're running through the scanner, 8mm or Super 8 film. While it does come with an operations manual, printed directly on the unit are directions showing how to best route the film for best results. Let's go ahead and run a 3-inch reel through the scanner. It's important to note the orientation of the sprocket holes on the film. It is necessary to mount the reel so the holes are oriented to the inside. Using the red adapter, insert it into the reel that is being recorded. Then mount the reel onto the shaft located on the left swing arm. Notice that this is a simple shaft that will allow the reel to freely rotate. Now place the empty reel on the right drive shaft. Now the fun part, threading the film through the scanner onto the empty reel. I won't say that it's simple, but it's far from complicated, and the more one does it, the more it will become second nature. For some, it may be the first time ever handling film. For others, it may come back to you like riding a bike. With the size of the flap door, there's no clear way to demonstrate the threading of the film on camera. But it's important to note the 3 white tabs. And by slowly twisting the film, one can slide it under each tab. Proper placement is what will ensure the best results. Once the film is threaded through the scanner and secured in the empty reel, one is ready to begin scanning. The menu interface is rather intuitive. There's no reason for it to be complicated, and it's not. Navigate through the menu, select record and push enter, which serves as a start and stop button. Once started, users will witness the unit advance the film, scanning each frame with its 3.53 megapixel CMOS sensor. The scanner can process the film up to a resolution of 1080p. The processing time for a 3-inch reel is approximately 45 minutes. Perhaps it would be nice if this process was faster, but slow and steady wins. While it would be convenient to think that the unit could provide a set it and forget it workflow, that's not the case. Due to the nature of film, its condition, and if there are any splices to deal with, one may find that the unit will become hung up and need a manual correction to advance. This may not happen on every transfer, but is something that a user should be mindful of. Again, this will be dependent on the quality of the film and should not negatively reflect on the scanner. Upon completion, push the enter button and the unit will stop advancing the film and close out the video file. At this point, the conversion is done and an MP4 file is available for playback. This is where I found a great appreciation for the converter. Unless one needs to, there is no need to re-encode the video files. One can simply be done and move on to the next reel. Once completed, a good practice is to immediately rewind the film. To do this, one needs to reverse the reels and the orientation of the film. Place the 5-inch reel with the film onto the left swing arm. Using the gray adapter, place the original 3-inch reel on the right shaft. Looking at the directions printed on the unit, one will note that the film does not need to be threaded. Once the film is secured, navigate through the menu to the rewind option and press enter. It takes approximately 3 minutes to rewind a 3-inch reel. This is not bad, but I wonder if this is a feature that could be improved upon in any new revisions. Compared to the previous model, this unit is able to work with 9-inch reels. While the 3-inch reel is perhaps the most common, it's nice to know that you can adapt to the larger size. Let's take a quick look at a 5-inch reel. Note that any large reel will most likely hold more film and take more time to scan. This is also where you may experience more splices, as it was a common practice to consolidate the smaller reels. Let's take a closer look at the menu options. Notice that one can adjust exposure and sharpness. Personally, I didn't find myself making adjustments to those features, but it's good to know they're available. I was very happy to see the frame adjustment option. This allows a user the opportunity to make adjustments to the sensor positioning along the X and Y axis. The W option acts like a zoom, where you can move in or out of the frame. When I first got started, I did find that I had to make a few adjustments. It's a good habit to periodically review the scanning process in real time to evaluate the positioning and make any adjustments as needed. That about does it. But before we wrap, let's take a look at the final results of the conversion. Compared to old methods of recapturing projected film, I was very happy with the results. If one chooses, you can play back the MP4 file on the unit, plug the SD card into a computer, and copy files to the other devices, and immediately watch them. In my case, I chose to drop the files onto a timeline in Vegas, where I found it very usable, allowing for some additional editing decisions to be made, then re-encoding the file for final distribution. Overall, the film converter has met my expectations. There are a couple models to choose from, with approximately a $100 price difference between them. If you're looking to purchase one, and if the budget will allow, I would encourage you to purchase the Pro model. Yes, you will spend more money, but you will be able to process 9-inch reels, capture at 1080p, and play back at 20 frames per second, where the lower end model plays back at 30, which is much faster than what film was meant to be. If one does not have a lot of reels, the price may be a deterrent to the purchase. In that case, outsourcing the work might be a better route to go. While it would be nice if the unit was faster at scanning the film, I think the final results are good, and the fact that we can use it to transfer the old reels of film is greatly appreciated. Often, people are ignorant to what once was before them, and a lot has changed since the days of 8mm film. It's been fun to be reminded of how far technology has evolved. Hopefully, it allows one to better appreciate what they now have available to them. Have you used this converter? Or perhaps even shot on film for that matter? Share your experience in the comments section. That wraps up this video. A hit on the like button is always appreciated, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching.